The Black-owned Spotlight Show.
What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Day, and this is the Black-owned Spotlight Show, where I get a chance to sit down with some of today's most influential and inspirational Black business owners and open your mind to life beyond a 9-to-5. So today, I have a very special guest here, quite an old friend of mine as well, Mr. Kelechi Okeadu of AList Estates. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Nice to be here, Ms. Dejana, and glad to be here. And pretty much, I just want to say thank you for just a former alumni, former classmate of mine, and happy to be here.
Yes, and we are alum of PV. So, alumni of PV.
Let's do it.
But let's go ahead and get started. So, if you guys couldn't tell by the name of the name of the company, this Kel does do real estate.
Yes, I do. I do it with a partner. Y'all will meet him soon, but he's the reason why I came into the game today. But the name of the business is AList Estates, LLC, and our group name is AList Estate Real Estate Group. Let me get it right for Trek comes and get us. But,
yes, shout out to him. We actually recorded this already, and because of some technical difficulties, we couldn't get him back on camera. Shout out to you. You're with us in spirit.
Oh yes, he'll be here. Don't worry. The best is yet to come. Don't worry.
But let's go ahead and jump into it. So, AList Estates.
Yes.
How did you get started in AList Estates? How did this partnership come to be?
It started back in 2015 in the spring. Not to put it like in that terms, but it started when my brother he was a part of a fraternity at UTSA. Mm-hmm. That's with my partner. They're both in the same fraternity. He reached out to him, let him know that I was interested in real estate, and he connected us. I thank him to this day because that really changed my life. But since then, I got my license. I've been doing it for 4.5, going on 5 years now. And just to start it is, you want to go and, I want to fully answer the question. Go ahead.
No, that was brief enough. That was brief enough. And shout out to your brother, because I've been seeing you ever since you started getting in real estate. Kel's always asking, like, you know somebody trying to buy a house? You trying to buy a house? You trying to do Airbnb?
Hey, ownership. I pray that for everybody, man. Once you own something, it's a different feeling.
I've watched it change your life, so that's great. I do want to talk about real estate though, as it pertains to like everybody kind of trying to do real estate now. So let's talk about how you stand out in this real estate market with so many. Well, actually, first, let's talk about being a millennial in the real estate market. How is that for you? Is it hard, easy?
Millennial, man, you gotta be creative, because it's like a lot of new things changing every day. Kids are doing school online, and it's like the way I did real estate, I did in class. I can't really learn online. So just to be different, like real estate has been going on for years. So it's like, how could I stand out? How could I know that I have the right utilities to give a client to close a deal? What makes me stand out is immersing myself with people that have closed many transactions, that have doing this on a regular balance in regular life. So I just picked up, I would say fast, because it grabbed my interest, because it's like, man, I really chasing after the time, because that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
And you chase back some of that time by planting good seeds, like helping your friends find homes, because they're bringing more business to you. And I've been surviving on that. I really thank y'all, if y'all watching this, and really thank y'all for everything. Yeah,
you've put quite a few people that I know in homes. And what would you say is the best quality about AList Estates? Why people come to you guys, and why people refer their friends to AList Estates?
First thing is service, is putting out for the people, getting them. We really try to get people the lowest down payment possible. I know it's not everybody's the best. Everybody has different situations that can be better. But the goal is just to helping people find that different niches of what they can use, government funding, It goes deep. It's a grant going on about first-time home buyers. That's the secret to tell. It will be dropping this year, hopefully. Hopefully it will. But it's going to guarantee first-time home buyers that you get $15,000 tax credit for your first-time home purchase. And just to taking advantage like things like these type of grants, because there's more out there that you can compile and use for your home.
So they're giving you $15,000 towards buying a home?
It's tax credit. So once you file your taxes, they'll see that $15,000 tax payable from the government. That issues you like, hey, this is for a first-time home purchase.
So you have to do it after you file your taxes?
You do it before.
So you walk me through the process,
so,
because more people I'm sure are going to want to know how this works.
So once President Biden signs that bill with a smile on his face, then they will start. They already started like with some banks like Chase. They're giving $5,500 for first-time home buyers. Right now. So it's like they're slowly adding it. So it's like now when he's signing things, that's when these banks are going to start acting like, hey. They're gonna put out this package. Government funding, tax credit will pay it. First-time home buyers come get qualified. So they're gonna want you to apply first. So that's when you'll contact your agent, say, hey, I'm ready to start the process. Then we get you in contact with a lender. We actually work with a preferred mortgage lender now, a Turbo Mortgage. We're a sponsor of them, part of them. So they pretty much get you pre-approved and ready to go. And they give you access to these down payment assistance programs that people don't tell you about that you can qualify for. So you can compile all that with that $15K that he's going to be giving.
Wow. Okay. So we're going to be talking more.
Yeah.
It's the time to get home.
The time is now. I'm not going to lie. Time is ownership. Now, I don't want to steal the headline, but ownership. I think that's a good headline.
What does ownership mean to you?
Ownership to me is being entitled to what you stand for and what's your mission on doing. So if your mission for me is helping friends and family and new people I don't know find ownership in a home, it brings me joy not because I just get paid, but it brings me joy because people don't know that you can use these grants and they're saving money by not renting an apartment month to month. And 3 years down the line, they can give us a call like, hey, I want to sell my house. And they come to find out the house is worth a lot of money now, just from the investment they planted 3 years ago. So it gives you that breakthrough that no one can give you. Because you own it. You own that. You put in that sacrifice to get there.
Let me ask you a question. I was watching a video today, and it's gonna probably, if you have to think on it, that's fine. I was watching a video today with Gary.
Cardone. Gary Green.
It's some Vivichuk.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
Okay. And on the video, it was like several men who are entrepreneurs who are pretty much like filthy rich doing what they do, it was like they're motivating you, but at the same time, they're telling you some things. It's like, one of the things that they said in the video was that people think that they should own a home. And they weren't saying don't own a home, but they were saying own a home so you can own something. But they were basically saying your home doesn't make money. And that you should be able to, they were saying you should rent and then just keep moving, be able to move, because you never hear about like Bill Gates talking about where they live and stuff like that. So what do you say to somebody that says that? Because as a person that doesn't own their own home, is looking actually right now trying to make the decision between if in a couple months I'm going to try to buy a home or if I'm going to continue to rent so I can have that freedom to move around. What do you say?
I say I would ask you, like, your space and time. Like, if you're going to own a home, do you plan on living there for how many years?
I would say the way my life is, I would own a home, but I would want to own the home knowing that I can leave and the home can still be there and I can still make money off of it.
Yes.
That's what I thought the game was.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But you got to set it up in that way. You got to operate it as a business. So that's why they say you should own a home, because now you're putting in a different bracket that you can say, hey, I want to do short-term vacation rentals, or I want to lease it out to doctors coming in for surgery. Just your mission on what you feel like this is a good, what you can put out for the earth and still make a living from it.
So you don't necessarily disagree with them, but you think that you should make your home work for you.
Yes, but some people you're married, you have family planning, so it's like you need space. So people buy for different reasons, but they're still interested. Like, hey, man, I wish I can make money from my house. I can pay my mortgage.
Yeah. So I guess that's for me. I have a son, but it's just us two. So I know that if I want to get up in 3 years after living in a home, I can just probably get up and go and still have that home there. But yeah, that was interesting. I saw that and I just want to know your thoughts. So would you say as a real estate agent in doing what you do, it's better to have a partner or?
Some people can argue that, but for me, I can say what works for me. A partner helped me in the beginning, but name of the game is to come as an agent and become your own broker.
Okay.
That's the whole.
He is a broker.
He's a broker.
Okay.
I just made 4 years, so I'll be taking mine next year, actually. Yes. So it's like, but I still want to keep the partnership, so you can still work as a broker, associate broker, partnership agreement, because it helps out a lot. Because people, it's a strong presence when you see black men working together, and still we've been working together for 5 years. So there's more to come, and we can add more young professionals with us, because I know we're getting older. I'm still young, don't get me wrong, but it wouldn't age gracefully with time. Just we want to help people and build the pipeline for everybody.
So is it eventually going to come to a point where you don't have to do so much running around?
Yes.
After you build yourself up?
I pray in my 30s.
How long is that?
3 more years. You got a lot of time to work. I'm here.
So what would you say is one of the not so glamorous things about being a real estate agent?
You don't get paid every day because you can't sell a house every day. So it's learning to prioritize. If you're doing this full time, you got to prioritize your bills and how you can pay things. But that's why we do the marketing and doing the small things to help in a short time. I know we talked about the last time of the different licenses we got. To go in depth, I was a licensed home adjuster, so I did that in the meantime. That really taught me more about real estate. So to learn about how to fix a roof, knowing how to contact and deal with handymen, negotiating with pricing, and the whole nine is it's learned. That's why it's hard starting off, because you really have to do this for yourself. Yeah. So, but having a partner, he's been through that. So it's like he coached me how to say, what things to say in negotiating, because everybody thinks they have a slick mouth until you talk about money. So the mouth gets much slicker when that's the conversation. But it's knowing how to just be humble in the situation and know and how to direct the conversation. So
as far as myths about real estate agents, because people have their myths, they have their things that they think. One thing that I know when I was looking for a home, it was always like people telling me you need to go with somebody who's referred you, rather than just basically looking up a real estate agent and just going with the first stranger or
I'm glad you said that.
Or whatever. Yeah. So is that, is there some weight to that, or
yes?
Why do you think that it's best to go off a referral?
Cause that's how it was back in the day. Like, it stays in the family. Like, my mom was a realtor. She helped all her family members, her cousins. Like, you showing them that good service. So having a referral refer you is it's like Christmas every day, because you can wake up in your sleep and somebody calls you like, oh, my mom needs this, and she needs a place to stay, and being able to help them is a blessing, because they're choosing you. So it's like, you're gonna go all and out, go all and beyond. Gifts after closing, show your appreciation, and a gift to the referral, just for thinking of me, because you can use anybody else. That's what is really hard these days, because everybody can be an agent.
So but what I'm saying is, like, should you be scared to talk to somebody and you don't have a referral for them? Let's say you're somewhere and there's nobody that you know that's a real estate agent, or you need to buy a home. You're not a real estate agent.
I'm not a real estate agent.
But you have this, or let's say it's me. I go somewhere, you're not there, nobody's there. So I have to kind of just go with what I know, or, just looking. Is that bad?
It's not bad, but
what question should I be asking, I guess?
Asking how can I my down payment first you gotta see which loan and what program is going to be geared towards first time home buyers first, as a first home buyer. Then you'll have to figure out conventional and FHA.
No, hold on. How do I figure out if I should work with a certain realtor? What question should I be asking them to determine if they're credible?
Oh, if they're credible.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I think image really tells you if they're credible, but I really like the referral method.
Just get a referral.
I stick to referral because it's like you're stepping out on a limb, because it's like you don't know him, he don't know you.
Yeah.
And you may not know your schedule, and it's maybe a little off. You just never know. But it's good to do a referred because it's like it's a trusted source. You may not even like them, but hey, that's going to introduce you to the opportunity to meet more lenders, the lenders and builders. I mean, if you're looking for a new home. To be honest, I don't want to quote you wrong, but it's pretty much the decision of what you're trying to do, new home purchase or resale. But that's not answering your question though, Dejana. That's not. I don't know.
It sounds like you're just telling me to get a referral. Don't even.
Refer. I'm not.
Don't even try it.
I'm not.
But okay. So what are the future plans for AList Estates?
Man, we're growing now as a total of 8 agents. The future plans is going to commercial and all the good stuff. The commercial now is like gyms, office space. That's the ultimate goal. But commercial, you have to practice at it. You don't really just know like what you're doing until you seek information on it. But luckily, we just hired somebody onto AList Estates that does commercial, so that will be the next chapter of moving on. Like he's going to be helping us with on those deals. But expansion is really not trying to just market out for everybody, just in a whole, because we want to be like a preferred group. Like we're welcoming people. It's not just all people, but we want to make it like it's trying to be different. It has to stand out. Yeah. Exclusive in a way, but anybody can be exclusive. But it's just a partnership type of agreement that if you can run a team and it's different parts of the team. Everybody has a job.
Yes.
Yeah. So know how to coach and go on the fly. Because in a little bit, I would love not to be running around, but hey.
You be running. Kel is moving all around Houston all the time.
I'm trying, man. Great.
So with all that running around, let's take it away from AList Estates, which means don't bring up work. With all that running around, how do you stay centered? How do you stay at peace? Are you at peace right now?
I am at peace, but I'm not gonna lie, I do be on the edge. In the beginning I was, because I was dealing with school, and getting a master's degree. But once that was finished, I had free time and not thinking about work. I just feel like, man, how could I just find time to relax and do things for myself? To be honest, I traveled like 2 times. I traveled like 1 or twice during that period of time I was working, but it's like, I don't know, my mind wasn't really at peace because I wasn't where I needed to be. It's a process. I know I'm not fighting the process, taking a day at a time, but that peace is there. It's just the peace gets greater when you see like your hard work pay off.
What do you do because I know that's the piece that's that kind of long-term piece that you're kind of chasing right now. What do you do for short-term peace? Like you
keep
said, do
a
things
healthy
to
regimen
relax.
of working out and eating right. I do watch what I eat. Last year I did play football at Prairie View and I was a little bit overweight. Took some time, but we worked through and just start focusing on myself and what I was doing in my free time. Because it really started to show outside. Short-term peace, it don't really seem exciting, but it's just really keeping that mental balance with me. That's what keeps me at peace. Because if I'm good and I'm mobile and feeling good, and I'm good. I can bite the dirt and get what I need to do, but we all want the finer things and good things, but that comes with time. I'm not in a rush.
That comes with some nights of not having peace. It's gonna be peaceful.
They haven't seen those type of days. Like I've seen those days, and especially working for myself. Like that time of peace was on edge. I'm not gonna lie, it was, because first start real estate, I was like, man, you gotta wait for 30 days just to get paid. I was like, okay. All right, cool. Then you start running into issues.
What? You have to wait 30 days to get paid?
Yes. And
so after you close on a home, they get their key, and you get your money in 30 days.
So let's back up. Once we find a home, you find a home you like.
Yes.
Write up the contract, it gets accepted.
Yes.
All right. So now the stress begins, because now. Because you get 10 days on the contract to say, hey, we want 10 days to fully inspect the house, make sure that everything's running. So we'll hire a licensed inspector. We'll have a preferred one that we work with. You'll contact him. The payment will be $350.
I'm getting stressed thinking about this. I went through this.
Because it's just like money's involved and time.
And it's money coming from, as a person, because you're on the other side of it as the real estate agent and the broker who's just like, you need to do this.
So you're gonna feel like
this money. As the person on the other side of it, it's like, I gotta do what? I gotta pay for what? Damn, what?
I was like, man, what I gotta use for down payment? No, they asked for this amount.
Man.
It's a lot. That's where the stress begins. It's like, man, you want the house, it's beautiful, it's good, and then it's just the process of getting in there. So once the inspection is done, all right, cool. Then we need to do appraisal. The appraisal, they come and tell you, like, hey, your house is worth X amount. So if you're under the price that we signed, say if we signed for 200, and your house got appraised for 150. Yeah. So that's bad. So now you gotta subtract that 50K of that appraisal from the price that we offered. That's good for the buyer. Yeah. But the seller's not gonna want to hear that. Yeah. So that could kill the deal. The seller's like, no, I don't want to go through it. But so remember, you still haven't got paid. So this whole process is you're guiding them and making sure they get to that finishing table. Okay, so we were actually talking about peace and relaxing and all of that, but since we kind of jumped off that subject onto this whole 30-day thing, and you walked us through the process, what would you say is what do home buyers need to know about that process? Do you think that most people are surprised about when they get in there that they should probably know up front? A few questions up front. Why does the house cost so much? But what are some things that you think that they should know up front? Like, for instance, we were talking about the surprise, all those surprise. Oh, the surprise payments and things coming out of nowhere. So up front, you should know 1% is for your earnest money. So you take that from your total price. So $200K is going to be $2,000, 1%. So you'll need your 1% up front. You'll need your money for your inspector. Are these people normally surprised about that they need money for this? Yeah, for the inspector, yeah. Yeah. Nah, because it depends. You buying a new house, they give it for you, so you don't really have to order that. But buying a resale home, you have to make sure that the house is up to par. So if it's not up to par, then that inspector that you didn't pay $350 for is going to come back to haunt you because they could have fixed some of the underlying issues in the home during the process.
Okay, so first thing that people are surprised about is their earnest money.
Earnest money. Inspector fee, that ranges from $300 to, it goes up to like $500, depending on the house size. Then the appraisal. Appraisal is done to get the total equity that your house is total standing right now at estate.
That's another fee. Okay.
So that ranges $500.
That's 3 fees.
3 fees. So earnest money, 1%, inspector, and we have your appraisal. All right. So now we'll move along to the process. The appraisal is done towards the end. So that's how you know you're close to being closing on your home. So then you have your closing costs. And then the closing costs, they add extra tax and insurance fees. So that's an extra, closing costs range about 2%. So that's that 3% that you're bringing down. 1% up front.
2% on the back end.
But you got to add the taxes. So that's an extra 1%. So it's really like 3 to 4% they're really adding on there.
Man, I know it gets tiring dealing with people and they're like,
yeah, all that money.
and you're like, I know, but just pay it so we can get paid. No, I'm just playing.
But I like it though. It really brings a adrenaline rush because we started off as buyer's agents, so you're really hunting for, not to say hunting for somebody, but hunting for the next deal. It is a hunt because you got to deal with buyers. You got to deal with, I want this in my home. I want this. This is not done right. You got to make sure it's done right. And being on the listing side, you really got your feet up, relaxing because the product is done. Somebody's coming to you to buy. So it's like two sides. But we started off on the buying side. That kind of helped out, and so it makes the listing side a cakewalk because.
Y'all are listing agents and buying agents now?
Now we are.
Okay, well, before we get out of here, I do want you to just tell me something that you would probably share with someone. This is something that I do at the end of all my shows. Something that you would share with someone who, let's say for this time, something that you wish you would have known when you first started doing real estate. It could have, it could be any time, but well, not any time, but when you first started. What would you share with someone who's just started as well?
Oh man. I was kind of blessed in the sense of reaching out. That's one thing. Reach out, talk to people, make sure that you know what you're getting into, ask questions. But I'll say get a mentor because that's what really helped me and jump-started my future to come. But pretty much I'll advise getting a mentor that can, I say people don't really just trust everybody just to be a mentor, but find somebody like a family friend or somebody you watch growing up. Like you can see him from afar, but you know every single time he's there at this time and he's not going to disappoint when it comes to business in that situation. But I'll say just ask out, ask questions and do research for yourself also. Number one, know what you're getting into. But that mentor really help you though because they can really guide you through the mistakes that they already done. Mistakes that I didn't have was like not marketing enough, not putting myself out there. It's like handing out cards or grocery store,
not being as aggressive with it. So you
do have to be aggressive, but it's passive aggressive. But it's like I'm not aggressive like buy with me.
Buy this house.
Not like that. Well, that's to bring that warm feeling of like, yes, this is like something that I can take ownership of and I can do.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much, Kel.
I'm grateful to be here.
Hate that your partner couldn't make it, but we are going to talk to him a little later.
So we're going to talk about the Airbnbs, and that's another topic. But
and I know a lot of people are doing the Airbnbs, so y'all want to stay tuned for that episode. They're probably going to be giving some free game out. I don't know.
We will. Hey, well, hopefully we up and running with the newest one we have, but that's next time.
We're going to do that in the Airbnb.
Yes.
Well, before we get out of here, let the people know where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me at Kel at AList Estates. .com. That's my email. We have a AList Estate IG page, AList Estate HTX. You can follow all. You're gonna see all of us there. You're gonna see the curator, my partner Stedman Essen, and you're gonna see me, Kelechi Okeadu. And you also find me in Houston, man. I'm here. I'm here.
All right, and you guys can find me on Instagram at Day to Day TV. You guys can find the show also on Instagram at the Black Owned Spotlight Show. And if you're watching this on YouTube, which you should be, go ahead and press that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you can see whenever Day to Day TV posts a new video. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of the Black Owned Spotlight Show. I want to thank you again, Kel.
Thank you.
And this has been another episode of the Black Owned Spotlight Show. You guys tune in for the next one. Peace.
What's up?